What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint, back with another omnibus haul from InStockTrades.com. We got a lot of good stuff, some omnibus, oversized hardcovers, deluxe edition, trade paperbacks, complete collection, so stay tuned for the haul, y'all. Alright guys, first up, I had to grab this Medieval Spawn vs. Witchblade. I'm a huge Spawn fan, and I have never read this crossover. I'm really looking forward to getting into Witchblade as well. I have the Darkness compendiums, and I need to get the Witchblade. So I thought this would be a pretty cool start, and it collects... It doesn't say. I'm guessing the whole little run, and it doesn't have the cover price, but I think it was only like 15 bucks or 10 bucks or something like that. So Spawn vs. Witchblade, let's take a look at some of the artwork. Alright, so Spawn, Medieval Spawn and Witchblade, that looks dope. Yeah, I like the artwork, looks really good on this, man. Less superhero-y than regular Spawn books when you're dealing with the medieval Spawn stuff. Didn't really see any Witchblade doing any kind of Witchblade looking stuff, but cool cover gallery at the end. So not much, just a small trade. Next up, we have Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider trade paperback. This is volume 4, I believe, called Damnation. I still haven't read any of this stuff, man. I gotta really just sit down and read them all. It collects Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider 15 through 19. Has a $16 cover price. It's got both Scarlet Spiders on the front. Let's take a look at it. Here goes that Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. I like that cover a lot. You're always going to have good art in these Spider-Man titles. Dang, look at this. It looks like a Red Goblin, Ghost Rider type of Kane Scarlet Spider. Some Mysterio stuff. Next up, we got Venom of the ongoing series. This is also volume 4 called The Nativity. And this collects Venom 161 and 164 through 165, plus Amazing Spider-Man 362 and 363, the Venom 30th anniversary variants. So that's cool. Let's see what this looks like here. Okay. Yeah, reprints some of the older stuff too. That's weird. I guess this doesn't get into the Venom God stuff or the Symbiote God stuff yet. Anyway, let's take a look at Venom. So yeah, this one looks like it has a couple of issues from the ongoing. It probably just ends it right before it gets into that that reboot, right? Because it started back at number 1. Oh, look at this Camouflage Venom. I feel like you don't really see that anymore. But yeah, then it reprints Amazing Spider-Man 362, second appearance of Carnage, and 363. There must be stuff about the symbiote in there. It's kind of a waste, right? Next up, I was really excited about this book. This is Venom, the complete collection by Cullen Bunn, which concludes the Venom, Agent Venom run that Rick Remender started. This has Venom issues 23 through 42 and 27.1. Also Minimum Carnage, Alpha and Omega, and Scarlet Spider 10 and 11. So it contains the whole Minimum Carnage miniseries, which kind of sucked. But it's cool to now have this complete run in 3 complete collections. Even though they're trades, it's still pretty cool to have. It had a cover price of $39.99, so $40. You get the first appearance of Mania I just saw. And yeah, concludes that run, man. Agent Venom. All right, here to wrap up the Agent Venom run. You know, when I was reading this was like one of the first runs when I got back into collecting comics and I was getting single issues. And so Rick Remender is like the first name that I, knew as being back into comics. And I always thought he did this whole run. I didn't realize that this Colin Bunn finished it off. But I used to have all these in singles. I've read this whole run before. I have to read it again for like a recent reread. How you like that? All right, next up we've got this deluxe edition Claus, The New Adventures of Santa Claus by Grant Morrison. Don't laugh. This was the first volume of this from Boom Studios was kind of all the rage in the Omnibus group a couple years back, and it kind of went out of print and everything, and it was supposed to be a really good take on Santa Claus. Think like Viking Santa Claus. So it looks like this contains more issues. I still haven't got around to reading that first Claus. But, yeah, it looks really cool just flipping through this, man. We'll take a look at some of the artwork together. It's got this cool gold paper on the edge there. $24.99 cover price. Same illustrator from Go-Go Power Rangers. Mentioned Grant Morrison as the as the author. Does it say what it collects? Yeah, collects. Originally published in single magazine form as Claus and the Witch of Winter #1 and Claus of the Crisis in Xmasville #1, and it says "and" but nothing after that. So whatever that means. So let's take a look at Claus, y'all. So the Claus stuff looks really good. I mean, you got a great writer on the run. And the artwork looks really good, man. I mean, I mentioned it's the same guy who does Go-Go Power Rangers. But it doesn't look... It's not like a Santa Claus book. I mean, it's the character Claus, but think about, like, I don't know, from mythology or whatever. What is this? Hey, look at this. Pretty cool, man. Cover gallery. Boom Studios doesn't disappoint. Next up, we've got the oversized hardcover of Amazing Spider-Man, the Red Goblin. I was kind of holding off on this because I really wanted to read the Red Goblin storyline. I'd never read it in the single issues. So I think I'm just going to jump into this and just see what happened with that Red Goblin stuff. Looks like an Alex Ross cover on the front here. Looks very dope. Has a $34.99 cover price and collects Amazing Spider-Man 794 through 801. Take a look at the hardcover. Very cool material feel on this. So you get a cool wraparound cover. Red Goblin, Green Goblin, Spider-Man. Looks like Ramos art. It's a thin OHC, but still stretch that spine, y'all. So let's take a look at the artwork. Alright, there you go. I'm pretty sure it's an Alex Ross cover. I mean, it looks like it. Right, on the dust jacket. Here's the back. Yeah, Norman Osborn. Mixed with the Carnage symbiote is the Red Goblin. No, but I wanted to see how the run played out. Here goes Norman with the symbiote. All right, next up, the first omnibus in the haul, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy by Jerry Dugan. Super thin omnibus. I didn't know how big it was going to be, but it only collects all new Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 12, Guardians of the Galaxy 146 through 150, and material from the Free Comic Book Day 2017 book. $75 cover price. Looks like we got another wraparound cover of Star-Lord. Looks like it's going to be a quick read. I don't think I've heard really great things about this run, to be honest, but, you know, I had to do it for the collection, y'all. Well, maybe I'll read it one day. Maybe I'll like it. Looks like a fun, fast little read. Alright, some Guardians of the Galaxy action here. So you guys see the dust jacket. It's alright. Looks like you get a different artist here. Well, then we're back. Is that the cover? Yeah. Looks kind of fun. We get some Loki action. Looking good there. Last but not least, you got your big boy, your Final Crisis 10th Anniversary Omnibus. Another DC phone book for the collection. Huge book. I own the Absolute for Final Crisis, and I was going to sell it because I'm not going to double dip anymore. If there's two versions of something, I'm going to collect the Omnibus because I have every Omnibus. But I have a binding problem on my Absolute, man, where the pages are coming up off the ribbon. I might try to fix it. There's a trick to fix it with glue or whatever, but that's why I held off on that. So this has a $150 cover price. It collects a ton of material, man. Batman 676 through 683, 701 and 702, Birds of Prey 18, DC Universe 2, DC Universe The Last Stand and Testament number 1. Then you get the main story, Final Crisis 1 through 7. But then you get some tie-ins. Crisis Legion of 3, Worlds 1 through 5, Rogue's Crisis, Final Crisis Requiem 1, Final Crisis Resist number 1, Revelations 1 through 5, Rogue's Revenge 1 through 3, Secret Files 1, Submit 1, Superman Beyond 1 through 2, The Flash 240 and 241, Justice League of America 21, Superman Batman 76, Teen Titans 59 and 60, and Terror Titans 1 through 6. So, in the Absolute, you only get the main story of issues 1 through 7. The Omnibus, DC, again with the all-black kind of construction paper type of hardcover with the embossed letters. Let's stretch out this spine and check out the binding. So far, it's not looking so good. It just stands straight up, but stretch it out a little bit. So it doesn't really lift up whatsoever, which is going to make it so you have some gutter loss. I mean, I could deal with it. You have to kind of read it a certain way. I mean, you could still see in there, but yeah, look at this. They didn't do this one as good as the Batman Arkham Origins. So you're going to have some gutter loss. It closes for you, though. I always love this cover. This Darkseid cover is crazy, man, with the neon-looking pink eyes and fists and that blue. Thickest books in the Omnibus game. So we saw some gutter loss, but let's look at the artwork. I'm sure there's a handful of artists too with all these different titles. That's a dope Batman cover. It looks like this is where it starts. Just flip through some of the artwork. You guys get an idea what the interiors look like. That's tight. DC rarely disappoints when it comes to the artwork. Alright guys, so that's the haul for today. Pretty decent amount of books here. Today is, the day I'm filming this is October 1st, so tomorrow, October 2nd, there's a good amount of omnibus coming out. I know they got that Marvel Cinematic Universe one. I think they have Thor, Heroes Reborn Volume 2. Two other big ones I can't think of right now. So I'm going to place a nice little order tomorrow as well. Drop me a comment. What do you guys think about the haul? Any of these books you want to put your input on? Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more omnibus hauls. I mentioned in the beginning that it's from InStockTrades.com. That's www.instocktrades.com, where all of these were 42 to 50% off with free shipping over $50 to the state. So a lot of people ask, how can you afford all this stuff? Thanks to InStockTrades.com, I can afford it. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure to hit the bell and subscribe because we drop something every single day. We have daily content, whether it's a haul, a statue unboxing and review, a live show, a comic review, a movie review, or trailer reaction, Comic-Con footage. So there's a reason to hit the bell, man, so you get that alert when something drops. Y'all stay minty. Peace. All right, first up, I had to go ahead and grab this Medieval Spawn vs. Witch.